What a day, what a day, what a day. I'm just going to take a sip of tea. All right. So just to kind of do a recap, because I don't want to stop the video and check it to see if my mic was working. So I'm just going to do a recap of what I just pulled and read, and we will go from there. Oh, gosh, okay. I don't even know if I can find. So I can't find the little message of the day, but to sum it up, it was pretty much saying you are one of a kind, you are unique, and you are who you are. And then the ruins was Manawas, or Manas, Mannaz. Manaz is what Manaz. My son's name is Nazir, Naz. So Naz is what we call him. So Manaz. But anyway, Manaz is a ruin, but it means mankind, the self, the individual or human race, your attitude towards others, and their attitude towards you. Friends, enemies, social order, receiving aid or cooperation. So now, going into the tarot deck, which is the Urban Tarot. The first card was the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands represents the next step along realization of the idea that began with the Ace. Here, the will of dominate and succeed has been paired with a sense of responsibility and a more complete understanding of what ends power can be put towards. The reckless energy of dominion is tempered by a better understanding of how your actions affect others and the world at large. So pretty much, how do you as the individual fit into the collective consciousness? We all have purpose. And yes, our purpose is to express who we are. But in that expressing who we are, should benefit you as well as a collective consciousness. So I keep hearing power, which and all of us have power, and you can use that power for the greater good of the collective, or you can use that power to manipulate. So next card was Ace of Discs. Ace of Discs. The Tao Te Ching speaks of the 10,000 things, the infinite bountiful variety of what the world has to offer. Refer to the element of earth. We are talking about more than the ground beneath our feet. The disc talks to us about our bodies, our health, our homes, our labor, and our financial fortune. The ace is the root of all those 10,000 things and the very first step of a new project. Before something can be made, first it must be imagined. So what I'm hearing is use your power to create. The journey of the disc might make the most sense if you think about it as a process of opening a new business. On day one, Disc Incorporated has a name, and we have decided to begin a new operation, and we see where it takes us. All right, the next card is going to be a major arcana card, which is the Devil card. You guys can see that, the Devil card. Devil card represents the ways we are enslaved by the darkest parts of ourselves. It represents how our own hedonism, fear, self-doubt, and laziness can keep us in chains, holding us back from what we really want and keeping us from achieving what we are capable of. We all have addictions we know we should break, but do not. At one time or another, we all worship as the devil's altar. We all worship at the devil's altar and do things we know we shouldn't. Next card is a Seven of Swords. The bottom of the card, it reads futility. Not fertility, futility. Futility. Seven of Swords. Futility. I am terribly sorry for the inconvenience, but rules are rules, of course. And now you could just fill out the form and then wait at the back of the line. Someone will help you shortly. The rule of law is meant to treat all of us as equal, but somehow the rules always come down hard on some when bending easily for others. When the law becomes a tangled network of intentionally confusing and arcane restrictions, the clever and wealthy can always find a loophole. So that's what I was just getting ready to say before I started reading that. I was like, okay, like how, I was asking Spirit, like, how is this connected? Because you have your Three of Wands and you have the disc, so it's like your power, and you're tapping into your creative power to start a new beginning, whether that's in business, moving forward, whatever. But then you have the Devil card and the Seven of Swords. So what I'm getting, everything's not always love and light. There's balance, right? And it's a perspective, it's a spectrum. We see good and evil when there's really no difference. It's all one thing, just like hot and cold water. You eventually come to that 0 point where there's a even keel or even middle ground where it's lukewarm. It's just right? Balance. Now, I just said a minute ago, you can use your power for the greater good, or you use your power to manipulate and harm. Okay, now this is the balance of your light and your dark energy. Again, like I said, take what resonate and leave what don't. Some will agree, some will agree to disagree, some may totally agree, or some may totally disagree with what I'm about to say. And it is what it is. Because there's a time and a place when you are called to war, right? And it's a call to action. It's a response, not a reaction. We're told to turn the other cheek, pick your battles. There's only going to be so much of you turning your other cheek and cowering away and not standing up for yourself. And it doesn't mean manipulate or hurt other people. However, you have to defend yourself and protect yourself. So I'm going to just leave it at that. For the rest of us, there's an endless purgatory of bureaucracy. Our spirit is slowly worn down while we go around and around accomplishing nothing. With the Seven of Swords, we learn that the same tools that help us create order can also perpetuate inequality, create stagnation, and protect the deceitful and immoral. You are from the deceit and immoral from facing consequences. You can't beat the system, they say, at least not without a good lawyer. The wheels of justice grind the powerless beneath them, while those already in power find a way to take advantage at every turn. Then the next card is the Ten of Cups. All right, finally, the last step of the story of the cups, we reach the fable of happily ever after. 10 represents the happiness of stretching from this moment forward, far into the future. This card speaks to the love's ultimate dream of home, family, and the rest of the days. It's joy, peace, and the hope of the next generation. And then the final card is the Four. Major Arcana card. All right. This one's the Four Pentacles. Sorry, Four Discs, which is power, which is what I've been talking about. So the Four Discs, this goes back to the Ace of Discs, where you started your business. So the Four Discs, Disc Incorporated has met. Disc Incorporated has met with some real success, and we've begun to pull in a significant income. We can afford to pay our employees. We can afford to pay ourselves. We can't afford to pay the rent. Keep the lights on. It's a newfound power, and it gives us strength and hope. The power of the Force speaks of a material power and the kind that comes from having enough wealth to change the life and lives of those around you. It doesn't have to be much, but it's just about the power that a child gains from their allowance. Maybe it's a job that lets you finally invest in your own home. So nonetheless, what I'm getting all in all, you're stepping into your creative power. And you have the power to choose to go with the manipulative power or the correct power. Now, we all have choices, but what I'm seeing is you're going to make the right choice to get over here to your Ten of Cups. Which again leads you to be able to expand your business or whatever this new opportunity or creative idea you have going on. So don't let the devil come in. And that devil could be people, places, and things. It could also be yourself. It could be that fear within yourself and that doubt trying to cancel out your dreams. So all in all, it's not going to happen because you see on the other side, there's rainbows, unicorn, and sunshine. But just be aware of that and be cognizant of it. So love and light. I love you guys. I'm not really done laughing at myself because, like I said, I was doing the reading and my mic was off. But send you guys an abundance of love and light. I actually have to get to work, which I don't work for anyone. I work for myself, but I have a lot that I have to do. So sending an abundance of love and light. Peace and harmonious vibes to you all. Have an amazing day. And thank you for joining in and watching my video on my lovely channel, House of the Black Obsidian. And I am your Oracle, Oya Shekmet Michelle Ajay. Peace.